That the Northern Lights are out.
Nice.
In Ohio.
Wow. Okay. That makes a difference because I've seen them here.
Yeah. No, in Ohio, right this second. In fact. Yeah. No, I just got a text just moments ago as we were starting the show that I am
Well, check that out.
and I'm gonna send this self so I can show you guys. Holy moly. It was so neat. See? All right, so Michael, tell us something interesting, please, while I do this non-interesting stuff.
Han shot first. There's no way around it. Whatever happened in 97 doesn't count. Han shot first. Okay?
Yes.
And
Okay.
you don't need to cry over Greedo, as you know, he's just a scum bounty hunter working for a scrum gangster. And it's the best thing for him, really.
No, nobody should feel bad about Greedo thing. I mean, I know everybody loves to take, the today's standards and put them towards yesterday.
Yeah. But what funny thing about
Greedo was a scumbag. I agree with that.
The action figures. I get why Greedo got an action figure. He actually had dialogue. He had a scene.
Right.
But why did Hammerhead rate an action figure?
Yeah, no.
It was just one passing camera glance. Out of all the other aliens that were at the cantina that day, they never had the cantina band action figures.
Right. No, exactly.
they were
the heck. Did they have action figures of the band members?
No. Jabba's Palace action figure band, Max Rebo and Sny Snoodles, the singer, and is that her name? Yeah, I can't remember. But and then the bounty hunters, Dengar, IG-88, Forwam, Zuckus, and they were just background characters, and only Bosk had a sort of speaking kind of role. And that was just this sort of guttural, Dad.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a large solar storm that has happened.
Yeah, giant solar flare.
And I guess it's now up to like a G5 is like big time.
So wear sunblock?
Yes.
Yes.
Wear sunblock. And texting and trying to talk. All right, so I just got this text momentarily from Ohio. A friend of mine there has sent me this. This is in southwestern Ohio.
They sent Alaskan footage of the Northern Lights.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's actually in Ohio.
Oh, no, I believe that. It's just the humor of sending the photo to the Alaskan.
Right. No,
maybe they need you to verify.
Is this what really you think it is?
That's a good little ribbon, though.
No, it is absolutely. I bet they're dancing around like crazy too.
Either that or thinking it's the lights. I thought it meant the people. It's like it's a little weird.
that would be a little weird if the people are out dancing the Northern Light dance, but no. I mean, that's a good display. That's a really good display of Northern Lights right there.
But something got it for a while, and it's not just one of those.
Right. Yeah. No, exactly. All right.
Is that just like some 5-minute blink and you miss it kind of ribbon?
Yeah. No, that was pretty spot on.
I wonder if you could hear them too. They probably got a lot of congestion and noise pollution, but
there where she is, I don't think so. I mean, you should probably be able to hear him. She's in a pretty rural area.
Nice.
So that would probably be. And then I tell my niece. I told her to text my niece and tell her that Northern Lights are out. Because I texted her earlier and said, "Hey, you might be able to see them tonight."
I could just imagine some viewer out of state. Or you could hear the lights? Yes, in Alaska, we could hear the lights. Not all light, mind you.
I don't think I've heard it. What do they sound like?
Oh, it's kind of like a wind chime almost, just kind of. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
And almost like you would think they would sound.
Right.
Yeah, just kind of like a wind chime, in the breeze. Kind of.
Okay. That's interesting. I've never actually heard the lights.
Oh yeah, you can't actually hear them here in Anchorage either. You have to be up north in the tundra, someplace without the mountains, without the noise pollution we have in the city.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably the best I have ever seen the Northern Lights is at me and a friend were going up the Fairbanks for the heck of it.
I've done that once.
Just tired of it. And so I grabbed the dog and she grabbed her dog and we're like, let's go to Fairbanks. We had no plan. So we're driving up. It's wintertime too. So it's not, well, it's probably March. I don't think it was melting, but it was getting warm during the day, but it was still cold at night. But we're driving up and we're getting near Denali area. And oh man, the Northern Lights were just crazy. And this was before like really good camera phones. Unfortunately, this was years ago.
Oh yeah.
Like 90s, late 90s. But I just remember that, when where we pulled over, you could you could see Denali, you could see Mount McKinley, and just these kicking Northern Lights, man.
Jody and I had a similar flight of fancy one year. This is pre-Benji, so BC.
Yep.
Just for some harebrained reason, Jody was like, "Hey, let's go to Fairbanks this weekend." And she had a Ford Escort. I had the Hyundai Elantra, so we borrowed her dad's car, a Subaru.
Oh yeah, there you go. Probably a good idea.
Well, I guess compared to that Escort and my Hyundai, yeah,
probably a good call. Yes.
So we get there. Well, we're drive there all night because I think we closed Coots and drove.
Okay.
But we get to the hotel and they were about 97% vacancy. We were the guests. So they upgraded us to a suite. They threw a bottle of Dom Perignon in the suite for us. And
wow,
it was just crazy to think that they have all this staff, on the clock for us.
Oh, that is cool.
Well, we better go eat at the hotel restaurant.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. You better do that for sure.
Yeah. I'm not going to say we were pampered, but we were treated super well.
Man, these colors are amazing. So I got some more pictures here.
Yeah, I mean, they even shoveled out our car when it was time to drive back. On the drive back, we had stopped at Stampede.
Right.
And went a bit of a ways down that road just so we could, not really see the highway anymore or anything like that. And it's not terribly windy, but it is long and straight and it just goes on forever.
Right.
And we pretty much pointed out that we did a recording of it on. This is pre-iPhone, so I think it was like a flip phone. Because I also remember having to buy film, like actual, 24
like
exposure film
What?
for our
What are you
other
talking
camera.
about?
Yeah, that's how long ago this was. And so some photos, some this and that, and we talked bad about McClandless and how just he was out of his element, and made our way back. But on the way up there, it's nighttime, it's dark, it's the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So, snow everywhere. And on the way up, we passed by this car that's just upside down. Looks like it had been burned out. And if it wasn't just barely covered in snow compared to all the other snow, you would think it had been there for months or years or something, because it looked
right.
As we pull into this one gas station along the highway, kind of stop, here comes this kid this hitchhiker that we passed. Turns out it was his car.
Okay.
That we had passed some time ago, and he did on foot, made it at least up to here to this gas station we were at. And I think I could have sworn that car was just abandoned and been there waiting to break down, to the earth, kind of break down,
yeah,
decompose.
Right.
No, he just lost his car an hour or so ago or whatever.
Oh, that's crazy.
All
right, so
all right, here we go.
More pictures. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Chemtrails.
Yeah, right? What?
I'm kidding.
That is a cool one. Be able to advance. Yes, there we go. That's
Eclipse?
Yep, that's the eclipse. That's not happening right now.
Oh, good.
Right. That one, though. That purple is banging. I mean, that is really cool.
That is.
We don't normally. Purple is as we get purple occasionally.
Oh, we don't get it, across the whole sky.
No, this is amazing.
That's a big ribbon.
Yeah, check this one. Wow. That is way cool. Just super, super cool.
I just pictured some cults now, and this was their message. There's like an alien ship behind that or something, and now 30 people got to drink a bunch of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, no doubt. Are we going to find some people in tennis shoes tomorrow?
30 eunuchs got to go drink a bunch of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, we're going to find some. We're going to find some people in tennis shoes laying on a bed tomorrow.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Why'd you all cut your balls off?
That's
okay. I
get the scripture said.
Yeah. Okay. I get the part about. I get the part about you believe this religion wise, but why'd they make you castrate yourself? And did you do it yourself?
So X is blowing up right now. Look at this. So this is Tasmania.
Wow. Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah. This is London right now.
Wow.
I mean, I'm going to be able to hear it outside. I don't think I shared That's London.
We got daylight, even if we didn't have clouds.
And stupid clouds. Wow. Oh, somebody in a plane. Man, seeing the Northern Lights in a plane is crazy. Seen it before. I've sat there and looked out the window at them. But
have you now? Nice.
Look at that. Wow. I mean, this wasn't cloudy. I mean,
don't worry.
The problem is it's still light out too, and it's going to be light out.
Just imagine all the radiation these people are suffering. I don't think you get radiation from Northern Lights. Well, just imagine it.
Yeah, I mean, Northern Lights like this is this is like once in a lifetime kind of thing, right? For some of these folks.
Yeah,
It
well,
really is. I mean, this is
depends on if the sun's going supernova or not, because you're going to get a lot more activity before it finally dims out.
Yeah, no,
we won't know for 8 minutes, but
no,
not for 8 minutes.
What happens in 8 minutes?
Well, it takes that long for the sun's light to reach Earth.
I got you.
So if someone were to turn off the sun, it would be 8 minutes before we noticed.
Yep. So when you put the solar storm into X search, this is what you get. You get a bunch of things about the aurora borealis, but I mean, it is kind of concerning because there is, like there is things that can happen, like it can knock out the GPS system, it can reach all kind of havoc. Yeah, the electrical grid. If I can, if you type in electrical grid with this, because they upgraded. It seems like I saw something a little bit ago that they had upgraded the. Okay, so this. I'm kind of scared, actually.
We don't want to end up on some list.
Well, and I don't want to have. I don't want to like show pornography all of a sudden.
Well, careful with your search words.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like that don't matter.
Like, let's say Halloween, you want to go be a Macho Man Randy Savage.
Right.
Be careful how you search for that costume.
Yep. So they have upgraded. I saw that they upgraded Storm to like a G5 or something. Till today I had no idea what that meant. But
yeah, could you enlighten me, please?
It is a G5 Storm. So let's see. So I have a very informative infograph. Here with you now. So extreme G5 conditions reached Earth at 6:54 p.m. EDT. Geomagnetic storming is likely to persist through the weekend. Several additional Earth-directed coronal mass ejections. That just don't sound right. Are in transit. So the sun has ejected stuff, and it is now in transit. It's looking for an egg to fertile. No.
I'm just here following along as reading that, going, what?
Okay.
Did you go off script?
I did go off script. There's no Earth egg for the coronal mass ejections.
Just an Earth hive.
Yeah. So HV, VHF, UHF, Mr. Radio Man, what do those stand for?
High frequency, very high frequency, and ultra high frequency. It's a lot easier than you make it out to be. Yeah.
Very high frequency, really?
Yep. And then ultra high frequency. There's super high frequency.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of goes on and
on. All those frequency communication, GPS, power grid, spacecraft. We're not flying our spacecraft this weekend, Michael. I know we had plans to get the spacecraft out, but
every time something's holding me back.
I know. It's either rocket fuel cost.
Rocket fuel has a shelf life, it's use it or lose it.
I know. We got to get, yes. Don't have rocket fuel.
Now we're on someone's list.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're on a list. Like if the show that we're writing has not got us on a list, saying that we have rocket fuel probably put us on a list. Okay, so satellite navigation.
You can always make your own technologies.
Yeah. Oh God, no, you cannot. And other technologies may be affected. Critical infrastructure operators have been notified. Context: the last extreme G5 event occurred with the Halloween storms in October. You can't make this stuff up. In October 2003. Night. So we had the Halloween storms in 2003 that had G5 mass ejections. That event resulted in power outages in Sweden and damaged transformers in South Africa. The source has mostly been a large, complex sunspot cluster. NOAA region 3664 that is 17 times the diameter of the Earth. Additional activity from this region. So that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting. That is there. Trying to get back to need something. I thought I could just. But anyway, so yes, a big storm is a brewing. It's here. It's
Is it biblical yet?
I don't know that it's biblical.
Yeah.
The G5 is the highest category on the impact, and so, and obviously it is. Yeah. How do you know what? I don't know. Kat was asking how clouds affect that. So do look it up then. Do clouds affect? Or yeah, of course we have clouds. Hopefully this weekend, I think it's supposed to clear up a little bit.
No, we're having rain or snow or something this weekend. Trust my ankle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gonna clear up some.
No.
Solar activity has
Not
a
before it
direct
gets worse.
impact on Earth's cloud cover. Okay. I think they're I think they operate on different frequencies. I think clouds operate on a different frequency than solar energy would be my guess.
Well,
So
two different
I think
roles.
that yeah, they do play two different roles. Oh, this is a good go. Really cool picture. Hopefully it's in a good spot here. Green and no. Okay. There. Look at that thing. That is your coronal mass ejection, your CME. Right there.
That'd be more intimate.
So that's a big one. Hey, for
Yeah, probably not to scale.
probably. You don't think this is an actual picture? You don't think actual photograph of the sun?
No. Mostly because it's yellow.
There's a good graphic.
Hey, look, Earth has rings too.
I don't think that's the scale either. That scale.
I saw that in a movie. It was like a planet killing event, and it was just a solar flare coming out of the sun straight to Earth and just hits Earth like Burger King does the Whopper, and just instantly, which I guess would be fine, except it would totally suck in the moment.
Right. Oh, hide on. Okay, Okay, now I know. Now I remember how to do it. So yeah. So if your internet goes out, if you're driving along and you got the directions up on your phone on your GPS, and all of a sudden it tells you that you forgot to take a left turn at Albuquerque, that is the solar storm. Or if power goes out, your transformer blows up. What?
Sorry.
You get distracted over there?
No, I'm trying to put my foot in the air because it's really aching me right now.
Okay. I'm gonna find you got a stool or something?
Yeah, I got one I can go grab. I was just trying to use this mango iron here, but it's too tall.
Not working, I guess.
As seen in the movie Home Alone.
I see you over there relaxing there a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not. I was trying to lean back so I get my leg up high enough.
No, I got you.
I'm going to go grab a footstool.
Would you like me to go? You sure?
Yeah, it'd be easier for me to get out anyway.
All right. Okay, so yeah, so like I said,
Yeah, give some fill.
if your spacecraft does not work this weekend, if your satellite navigation does not work this weekend, then that is the result of solar storms. All right. Well, I think we beat that to death. So let's look at something else completely. So I want to take you back a few years to 2000 or 7 years ago. So what would that be? That would be like 2018. So this came out. I have to share screen. Tab. Share the screen. Okay, I'm talking to myself. All right, so here we go. We're back. All right, so we have this wonderful short here from 2018.
I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California to find
We're in Berkeley, California. That I know.
out if voter ID laws support black vote.
So we're going to talk to some people about voter ID law and see what those folks think.
Fine, well-informed
Do you
people.
have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad.
Pretty
I think
racist.
voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it's African American vote?
Why would these people think this?
You have a definition for racist.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
okay.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Less likely to have state IDs. Minority communities are less likely to have.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in.
These type of people don't live. This gentleman.
In modern parts of America,
Modern
that's
America.
just 50 years in the past right now.
Yep.
They'll get
Going
their,
to University of California.
they still get their milk delivered.
Areas with easy access to DMVs or other places
They don't have easy access to DMVs. They can't get there.
where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an
Have to
internet
have access to the internet.
service
You have to be
provider
able to
for
pay.
certain
You can't
fees.
steal it.
You got right.
I think that's harder for
come
black
on.
people to go online.
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of
The type from the home row. Nope.
They don't have the knowledge
Of
Good,
the
let's
world
let
outside
her
their
finish.
school.
Yeah, let's let her finish.
how it works.
Her words
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have
They don't have the knowledge of how it works.
data. For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not
They're not aware.
informed. I also think there's a repression of black voting with
This one.
how
one
if you're
here.
a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the African Americans.
Huge population of African Americans can't vote because they're felons.
Now I'm here.
Granted,
in East
this was 7 years ago, right?
to ask
you
black
think
people
hopefully
their thoughts on
so
what
let's
you just
let's
heard.
go look at.
Do you have ID, Norwood?
You got
Do you
modern.
ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Mike,
carry
let's-
ID?
Let's look
Yes, I
though.
do.
At,
You know anybody- any
the
black person doesn't
responses
carry ID?
from
No.
folks in New
Everyone that I
York.
know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
Why?
I have my ID and my
Why would they say that?
friends have their ID, so we know what we need to carry around.
Everybody that I know have ID. That's one of
What's up, Benjamin? Huh? Oh, I'm good. I have one right here. Thank you.
the things you need to walk around with New York with an ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird
Right.
thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
What is this? Some type of trick candy camera?
It's some kind of trick-handed camera thing.
Is that stupid question day?
Is it stupid question day? So, all right. So we get the point.
But this is
We get the
old.
point, right?
Rob, this is like 7, 8 years
yeah,
old. You
this
said
is like
yourself.
7, 8 years old, right? So have we come? How far have we come?
People's thought processes have changed, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
Elected officials don't say nonsense like that.
Oh no, they don't.
Meanwhile, in New York,
Yeah. And unfortunately, guess I would probably have to have it pulled up. Gosh, I meant to have it pulled up. All right, hang on. I gotta. So yeah, so we have this wonderful
brain dead governor
governor
of our
of
most
New York,
populated state.
right? So look at what governor of New York thinks 7 years later. I don't want to. But we have 7 years later.
Criticism for a controversial remark that she made during a business conference. She was highlighting the importance of expanding access to technology and artificial intelligence for low-income families during an on-stage.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. Young black kids growing up in the Bronx, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
Don't know what the word computer is. Not only
residents of New York City are not modern enough to know what a computer is.
Okay, so
these are her constituents.
That is, and so I understand that is not what she meant, right? She did mean that, that it's possible that they don't have the access to technology or whatever, or not as good of access. But
I'm sorry, I cannot take that any other way than her plain language.
I know.
The Bronx don't know what a computer is.
That was her, and that's what I was going to say. That was how she put that out there. That there are people in modern America, children in modern America,
in America's most populated city,
right? That don't know what it even is.
I mean, I'll give you maybe some people don't know what a monitor or a CPU or what the difference is, what CPU stands for, things like that. But
yep,
I think they could all identify a computer, in 3 tries.
You would think so. You would,
especially a school student,
right?
I mean, I could get like someone my age who maybe spent their whole life doing their job and never. I've actually met those people in the modern age.
No.
No, the secretary at Coots, she had been the company secretary for 30-something years, and everything was, receipts and basically the records book. She never had a computer. She never knew how to type. She never used a computer.
Right. I wanted to,
but she's up.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to give it just a little more context, just to so this is what she was getting at.
To build a phenomenal supercomputer.
So she's saying that New York should, with the help of the private sector, build a supercomputer for New York for other people to use, but
that is
it
going to
would
be
be a government.
accessible to researchers in New York. College students will attract more federal grants. And this is how we lay down the mark. No state has done this. And in fact, I talked to a lot of other people who said, I wish my governor had thought of that first. I said, no, this is New York.
She's the smartest governor.
So they buying a Cray 3?
It's a Radio Shack.
Yeah. A Radio Shack supercomputer.
What was the oh man. The Radio Shack computers, the first ones that they came out with, what were they called? Oh, I can't remember now. Don't remember? You're not
a Radio Shack supercomputer?
No, the first computers they came out with in the 80s.
Apple.
No, they had all right.
We'd like to be first.
The 286 PC?
Yeah, something like that.
With respect to people from other states.
They're New York. They got to be first.
More federal grants. And this is how we lay down the mark. No state has done this. In fact, I talked to a lot of other people who said, I wish my governor had thought of that first. I said, no, this is New York.
She thought of it
We'd like to be first.
We like to be first.
People from other states.
With all due respect to people from other states, we are New York. We're the greatest.
Sort of our attitude.
We're the best ever.
We'll be first. And I want others to follow because
we'll be
right
best
now
and
we
first.
Have, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is.
How do you go? How do you go from we are New York, we are the best, greatest, there's nobody like New York.
Except our kids.
Except for our kids, the Bronx, don't even know what a computer is. How
that
it hurts. That level of stupid hurts.
If I was a parent in the Bronx, I'd be appalled.
Right?
They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want
don't know these things.
These are her constituents,
Michael.
These are her
the
constituents.
To all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
And then, so you go from New York's the best, New York's the greatest, to these young black kids don't even know what a computer is. They don't have that. They don't even know.
Bunch of slow coaches.
But if we diverse voices, then we can spread the salad of words all over the place. Because that's what the rest of that thing was just word salad. We will make it great because diversity. Oh my Lord.
Right.
I can't even. How have we, I mean, have we regressed over this the last 7 years? I mean, what the heck? I got nothing. Yeah. I mean, gotta look up what that Radio Shack TRS 80. Maybe it wasn't the what was the first little stupid computer?
There's not the Brainiac. It might be Brainiac, but there's this the Apple II home computer.
Yeah, no, I remember the Apple IIs, but there was another one like before that really came out. It's just, when you get as old as I am, the Commodore 64.
That's a game system.
Bam!
That's a game system,
right.
not a computer.
Never mind. All right. Yeah.
How's it go with Coleco and television?
You're right. That wasn't
Texas Instruments home computer, the TI-99.
Yeah. Well, we had an IBM PC Junior when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and
I had that TI-99.
No, the Commodore 64 was not it was a home computer.
Was it?
Yes.
All right, didn't have one.
was. It was. I will show you.
You know what IBM's vision statement was?
What?
A computer on every desktop. I could just get behind that. I could, when you look at other companies' vision statements, it's like, we make worldwide products on a worldwide stage for worldwide solutions. And it's just garbage, but IBM's is simple. A computer on every desktop. That's their vision statement.
There you go. Commodore 64, also known as the C64, is an 8-bit home computer. Looked like, they remember that keyboard?
No, because I
remember
said I had the TI-99, so right off to the side of the keyboard was this little docking port for the game cartridges.
Yeah.
And same deal, you used your TV for a monitor.
So I remember we had at my grandma's house, me and my uncle, who was right about the same age as me, he had like Commodore 64, something similar, very basic computer, right? And so we're up there messing around with the computer, and he's doing like, line 10 is, say jump, and then line 20 repeat, and then line 30 end, and then it just says jump, like all, it just jump, right? Or little stupid things like that. You remember writing in basic program language, right?
Oh yeah.
My idea was to try and hack into the FBI computer. Of course, it wasn't hooked up to anything except the TV, but I tried anyway. I don't know what I was going to get out of that, but yeah. You sleeping on me now?
No, I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm fine. I'm here. I am reclined with my feet up, so
I see that. Now you're way. I can't wait till you get good sleep.
Yeah. I got jury duty at the end of this month.
What?
Can you imagine? They put me in the room, and I got to sit there all day, listen to some boring nonsense. Because attorneys in front of a jury, they have to make it the presentation as if you all failed third grade and never got past that. I mean, that's how obvious they got to make it.
Right.
So here I'm just going to be bored out of my mind, listen to this drivel, and doctor, are you sure the defendant was dead? Yes. How could you be sure if you didn't take his temperature? Because his brains were in a jar on my desk and he couldn't be alive? Well, he could be here practicing law.
As we were talking about before the show, I've been following so a few shows ago we did the Karen Reed trial. We did our own little trial beforehand.
And we still have the gavel.
Yeah, we still have the gavel out here. Correct. So I've been following the case. And so the point you just made, the prosecutor in that case, oh my God, he is even worse than you can imagine. He starts most of his, let's see if somebody has got to have cut some of this out. What's his favorite line is, what if any, right? Because when you're giving direct questioning, you can't ask leading questions, right?
Oh yeah, you can't lead on direct exam, but you can on cross.
Correct. So he has decided to get through that. He will say, what if anything was in your left hand? Or who, if anyone, did you talk to? Or problem is, it's almost every single time.
Yep.
And it's insane. I was hoping somebody had cut this out, but no, of course not. I'm gonna have to do it myself. But so I you talked about the prosecutor being boring.
Well, they all are.
Yeah, but this is to a level of this is to a new level of boring. I mean,
Yeah.
it is beyond Barstool Sports. You've heard of Barstool
Oh, yeah.
Sports, right? Let's take a look at what Barstool Sports says about the Karen Reed trial.
I'm gonna let Young Sprout out for a second.
Okay. Pull this up here. So I saw this tweet earlier, this post earlier, and of course now it doesn't work. Really? So it is the most boring thing I have ever seen as far as a trial. They've put on a bunch of witnesses that said that their defendant that they are trying for second degree murder is a wonderful person who loved her boyfriend, who they accuse of running over with a car. That they her only criticism was they wanted to spend more time together. If I can find it here, because okay, here we go. Yes, the Barstool Sports recap of the Karen Reed trial says, "Ooh, here,
Dave Portnoy still involved?
he sold it, but he still runs it. So, Karen Reed trial recap, week 2 trial recap. That's exactly what
right.
it is. It is a recap. We're 10 days in, and the prosecution hasn't started prosecuting yet.
Yeah, well.
So when Barstool Sports, of all entities, has decided to come on board and put their 2 cents in, it's bad. So, as I was telling you earlier, let's see. Oh my God. The one thing today. So there's a trooper, one of the troopers that investigated this is his name is Buchanan or something like that, right? You know that there is that the blogger, the Turtle Boy guy, right?
Yeah.
Adrian Kearney. So he has a slightly different name for Trooper Buchanan. And I'm sure you can imagine what that name is, right?
Yeah.
It's
Bubonic?
pretty. Oh no, it's even better. So this is one of the main people of the whole thing. Oh, I'm gonna have to share this differently. Hang on.
I got it now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Wasn't thinking dirty enough.
Oh my goodness. All right, we got to share this because this was freaking hilarious. I don't care who you are. This goddamn funny. So, and to this woman's credit, she might not even know what that means, but
Oh dear.
oh yeah, it gets good.
Who was present for that interview?
Me, my husband, Trooper Proctor, and Trooper Bukaki. Husband, Trooper Proctor, and Trooper Bukaki.
Yeah, she's not going to live that down at the club.
So, these are the people that hate Aiden Kearney, Turtle Boy, right? They hate that guy with a passion, but it's kind of obvious that they watch his show because that's his nickname for the guy, right? Buchanan, or however you pronounce his name. That's his nickname for him. So you can tell that they've been watching his show, obviously. Because they sure as hell,
because he's living rent free in their heads
with that. Oh my God, you are not kidding. Oh, really? Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of a troll here, so you're gonna have to talk.
I saw that.
But you're gonna have to say stuff.
Okay, well,
I mean, whether she's guilty or innocent, I mean,
it sounds like the fix is in almost, just because I can't believe these law enforcement professionals, the way it sounds like they collected evidence, and
it's incredible, man.
This is 2024, not 1986.
No, right? I mean,
I'm surprised they didn't go dust your car for fingerprints. Her car,
right?
Oh, we found your prints all in your car, ma'am. You know what that means? It means I drive my car.
Well, and they found her boyfriend's DNA on her car
in the passenger seat.
Supposedly on a piece of the taillight that so they also, they got a leaf blower and blew all this stuff out. They found a drinking glass. They found 0 pieces of red taillight, right?
Okay.
But yet they found
wasn't it all embedded in the skin?
They supposedly found 47 pieces of it after they went back to the scene. They then found all of it there. I mean, how do you make this stuff up?
Okay, so we're getting a light dusting of snow over a crime scene. What can we do about this? Can we put up a tent or some sort of canopy to preserve the area? No. I have a leaf blower in my house. I'll go get that, and that'll blow the snow away. What about the evidence? Won't that go with the snow? No, evidence is much heavier than snow.
Right? It makes no sense.
Massachusetts, these are people protecting you while you sleep. Enjoy that.
Right?
Enjoy that. Really makes you wonder.
And I have no.
And not only the officer that came up with that brilliant idea of excellent police work, not one colleague that, excuse me, I don't think that's a good idea.
Right. And then to make no effort to do, I mean, they had decided that she was the main focus, and then so they made no effort to do anything else.
And that's just
to investigate nothing else.
That's just the demon in the machine, though. It's you've got your suspect. You go collecting evidence after you got your suspect. You're going to find the evidence that leads you to your suspect. You go in there with an open mind, and the evidence will lead you where it leads you. But if you already are convinced you know who did it, everything you find will, even circumstantial, which you'll probably find a lot more in that case, will lead you to the bad guy you're already thinking of.
Right. No, exactly.
I saw that here with this one lady with her new guy, and she's got one of the kids, and the other kids with the father, the ex, at his house. And anyway, wife wakes up to just the house on fire and this horrible gasoline, fuel smell. house on fire and terrible. I think she lost her other daughter in this one and a pet, and it just goes on and on. The worst things you could go through.
Right.
And they were just convinced that it was her ex trying to, get rid of mom. So now dad would have full custody of the daughter because mom's out of the way. And they were just convinced. And it was a year or more of this guy having, his phone tapped and under surveillance and whatnot. The cops trying to find, the evidence, the matches and the fuel can that prove he was the one that lit this lady's house on fire.
Right. Oh, yeah.
No one bothered to notice her new husband was a former gangster, like recently former gangster, and he recently testified against former gang members in a federal case. I think I found out who might have lit her house on fire.
You think? So remember I told you about the plastic bag or the
shopping bag,
the Stop and Shop bag. There is
the evidence collection.
The evidence blower. The evidence blower. And there's blood evidence. 3 days later. 3 days later.
No anticoagulant, nothing to preserve that except the air.
And there's also so from what I gathered too is they say don't store blood evidence in plastic. You store it in glass vials.
Yeah.
You don't store it in red cups for days at a time.
And then take them to a frat party. And then
the really screwed up thing too is, if I could find the picture that they used here, is 3 feet behind the car. Oh yeah. So here's a good one right here. So lagging a little bit. Really?
So I got my final report from the doctor for my sleep study.
Yes.
I'm having 80 apneas an hour.
That's ridiculous.
That's more than one a minute.
Yes.
All
right.
I didn't think I was breathing that much for me to stop breathing that much.
You can see there's a car, there's the rag, and then this is a blown up thing. There's the rag, right?
Right.
Then there's the same rag with the blood sitting right behind the right taillight of the car. Why would you have open, exposed blood evidence sitting right behind the position of the car where you say the car hit the person? How? What? I mean, what? In what world is that good police work?
Was that a plastic bumper?
It's probably
in the cold.
Probably. Well, this is. I mean, yeah, it probably was in the cold.
Shouldn't it have shattered when it hit a person?
Oh, you would think that if you hit a 6'5" person going 20 some miles an hour,
you have a little more damage than just a chipped taillight.
Enough to knock them multiple feet,
knock them dead.
You would have more damage to your car than one broken taillight.
Yeah, plastic bumper in the cold, that should be chiclets.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember what this dude's.
This high quality extra guy. Thirsty ventricle
Watch
7.
this here real quick, and then we'll be done here. But this is Mr. Lieutenant Gallagher.
Unsealed and unsecured blood next to the right rear portion of the SUV is a recipe for cross-contamination.
You want me to speak to, if I could speak to this incident alone?
That's a yes or no question. Do you think
Okay,
that's
it's not yes or no, but for your purposes, I would say yes.
Yes. If we're going by your definitions.
If we're going by your definitions of, cross-contamination of evidence, then yeah, having exposed blood in solo cups right next to the car, what we're saying is the murder weapon. Yeah, it's a possibility there could be some cross-contamination.
Could even be worse, for instance, not just inadvertent cross-contamination. If somebody wanted to touch something on that bag, on those cups, and then touch the vehicle, they could easily do that with that juxtaposition of the open blood next to the back of the rear of the car.
Objection.
Objection sustained. You can't ask that question. You can't ask that question like that.
Lieutenant, if somebody
It's cross-contamination. You can ask a leading.
Situation could provide an opportunity for evidence tampering, couldn't it?
Objection.
Sustained.
How is that? I mean, obviously,
he never said what his objection was.
The jury's hearing. Okay, so that's another thing. This judge has decided that you don't get to. All right, I'm done. You don't get to say why you're objecting. She has to guess why you're objecting. Or you could call a side, she could call you up to a sidebar to find out why you're objecting. But there are no.
Yeah. It's a funny thing is, the judge gets to run his or her court the way they want.
They absolutely do.
I remember one judge set his own calendar. He had the big old long book he kept under his arm, that basically every 15-minute increments. Okay, at this hour, we'll hold these people hearing. I remember trying to call and get a time before him because, he had the divorce case between the two parties. Yeah. And I actually had to wait for the judge to get done in court, where any other time I'm talking to the JA, the judicial assistant. And nope, sorry, I got to wait for him. Oh, okay. I got these people waiting to go in now, but sure, I'll wait.
I think next week, I'm going to try this week, see if I have enough time, but I am going to do a what if any. I'm going to do a compilation of this dude saying what if any, who if any, where if any. I'm going to do a compilation of that. Just that saying.
Yeah.
I have hundreds and hundreds of those to choose from. So I'm going to try and get that.
Reminds me of questions in my schoolwork growing up. It's one of the questions I really didn't care for at all were the ones that started out, why do you think Adam, ran up the tree or whatever?
Right. Yep.
Well, I don't think he did. Stop putting thoughts in my head.
Bet you that could go viral. A what if any compilation.
We trying to go viral again?
Yes, of course.
I need the fame.
We need the views, man. We need the viewing hours. Come on. All right. Hey, that's another week in the books.
Yeah.
So we didn't. The
we
one thing we didn't say. We forgot to talk about Jody too.
Yeah. Sorry.
We are missing Jody. We never even explained why we have no Jody tonight.
We have a ghost host today.
Yes, we have ghost
like
in the
ghost
mirror.
Runner.
Yes. I mean, we could have just turned on her computer and turned on the thing and just had a blank thing and say, "Oh, Jody is going to join us." But
one of us could get up and go to her chair to answer her, chime in for her.
Jody producing, and so tonight was one of they're having that show. Correct.
I thought she was performing tonight.
She's not performing.
Okay.
Oh, she's just the producer / director.
I find out she's got a show and I stay home because I've got Benji then.
So that's where Jody is. She will be joining us next week. I'm going to try and have us a compilation of Mr. Lally from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts saying, what if any, what if any, what if any, what if any, what if any. And he says it so monotone too. I mean, the way I just said it there, it's not even as what if any,
They
what
got-
if any, who if any.
They got some
Man, it is bad.
for the Commonwealth. They got some screwy judicial system rules there. Like Aaron Hernandez died an innocent man under the books because the way their laws are set up, you are innocent until proven guilty, but that extends all the way through your entire appeal process. So since he died while his case appeal was still open and not finalized yet, he's assumed innocent.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I got another friend of mine, or not friend of mine, but was stationed with him in A school, and then at my first command, he is doing 20 to life for the state of Massachusetts now because he was a bouncer in a bar, and particular night, violently removing a drunk, the poor guy didn't get back up from it.
Gosh,
but 20 to life for that.
Oh my God.
Whereas our rinky-dink judicial system here, that'd just be 7 years or so. Years.
Benji, what you have in there? What you got?
Chicken.
Show people. Show us.
Over here.
Show us on the mic or on the camera there. What you got? Where did that come from, Ben? What is it? Straight out of Philly. A wonderful local Alaska restaurant here.
With a Pennsylvania theme.
Yep. Pennsylvania theme, but they got
great cheesesteaks, good chicken.
Very good cheesesteaks. And what do you think? Good chicken?
Closed on Sundays.
All right. Closed on Sundays. All right, folks. That's our night. That's our show. Thank you to my friend D for the pictures of the lovely Northern Lights.
It's very kind. Well done.
I did see my mom and sent me some pictures too that I didn't get a chance to grab, but I will make sure. I will make sure that next week on the show that I have. Oh wow. Okay, so all right, hang on. I'm just gonna have to do this right now.
My mom was upset with me this week, so she didn't send me pictures.
Okay, just bear with me. I will get. We gotta see the pictures. That's a really good picture. Very nice. All right, hang on. Just be a moment. Please stand by. Wonderful picture from my mom.
Yeah, I think about it.
Of
Hey, we started streaming on Rumble.
Oh, just kidding. I think we've been streaming for a while. I hope.
I think so too.
Okay. There it is. Okay. Download. And Southern Ohio Northern Lights, which are purple. All purple can be. Amazing. They are so purple. It's crazy.
I prefer green.
No, there's some green there too.
Yeah, I know.
But I really like the purple ones.
Are those stars?
Yes.
Or these are just glimmers.
No, those are stars. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Exactly. So, all right, folks. Thank you for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. See you next week. Goodbye.